My name is Elena Rose. I'm 46 years old, and on March 22nd, 2024, I collapsed in the parking lot of a Target in Phoenix, Arizona. My heart just stopped. No warning. 1 second I was putting groceries in my trunk, the next I was on the ground. I'm a high school history teacher. I've got a son who's 19, studying engineering at ASU, and a daughter who's 14 and obsessed with volleyball. My husband Mark works construction. We're not rich, but we've built a good life. We go to church most Sundays. We pray before dinner. I always thought I had more time to figure out what faith really meant. I thought I was doing okay. But that day, everything changed. I remember the heat. Phoenix in March is already warm, and I was sweating as I loaded those grocery bags. I had chicken breasts, some pasta, ice cream for the kids, normal stuff. I remember thinking I needed to text my daughter about her volleyball practice. Then my chest got tight, really tight, like someone was squeezing my ribs from the inside. I tried to breathe, but nothing came. My vision went blurry at the edges. I dropped the bag I was holding. Eggs cracked on the asphalt. I watched them spread in slow motion, yellow yolk mixing with the black pavement. Then my knees buckled. I hit the ground hard. And then I wasn't there anymore. It's hard to explain what happened next. I wasn't in pain. I wasn't scared. I just wasn't in my body. I could see myself lying there on the concrete, people starting to run toward me. A woman in a blue shirt was screaming for help. Someone else was on their phone, probably calling 911. But I couldn't hear them. Everything was silent. I floated up, not like flying, more like being pulled gently by something I couldn't see. The parking lot got smaller below me. I saw my car, the broken eggs, my purse spilled out next to me. I saw a man start doing chest compressions. His face was panicked, but I felt nothing but calm. Then I went through something. I don't know how else to say it. It was like passing through a thin curtain of water, except I didn't get wet. And on the other side, everything was different. The light was everywhere, not harsh, not blinding, just too present. Like the air itself was glowing. I looked down and I could see my hands, but they looked softer somehow. Younger. I touched my face, and the wrinkles I'd started getting around my eyes were gone. I was wearing something white, but I didn't remember changing. I turned around, and that's when I saw him. I knew it was Jesus before he said anything. I don't know how I knew, I just did. He stood about 20 feet away from me, and the first thing I noticed was the silence around him. Not the absence of sound, but the presence of something deeper than sound. Like standing next to the ocean at night when the waves are quiet, you feel the power even when it's still. His eyes weren't just looking at me. They were looking through me, into me, past every mask I'd ever worn. I felt naked, not physically, emotionally, spiritually. Every lie I'd told myself, every moment of pride, every time I'd chosen comfort over courage, every prayer I'd rushed through while thinking about my to-do list, it all came flooding back. But here's what broke me. He smiled. Not a small smile, not a polite one, a smile that said, "I see all of it, Elena, every single piece of you, and I'm not going anywhere." I started shaking, not from fear, from something bigger than fear, from being fully known and somehow impossibly fully loved at the same time. My legs gave out and I fell to my knees. I couldn't speak, couldn't think. All I could do was cry. He walked toward me. Each step made the air around me warmer, not hot, just safe, like being wrapped in the softest blanket on the coldest night. He knelt down in front of me and placed his hand on my shoulder. His voice was quiet. "Elena," he said, "breathe." I gasped. I hadn't realized I was holding my breath. Tears were streaming down my face. I looked up at him and tried to say something, anything, but all that came out was, "I'm sorry." He shook his head. "I know. That's why I'm here." He helped me stand. His hand was solid, real. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. He felt human, but also not. It's impossible to describe. "Come," he said. "There's something you need to see." We started walking. I don't know where we were. There was light everywhere, but no sun. There was ground beneath my feet, but no dirt. Just this sense of being held by something infinite. We walked in silence for a while. I wanted to ask him 1,000 questions, but I couldn't find the words. Finally, I whispered, "Am I dead?" He glanced at me. "Your body is dying, but you're not finished yet." "I don't understand." "You will." We stopped in front of something that looked like a veil, thin, shimmering, like heat rising off summer asphalt. Jesus gestured toward it. "Look," he said. I stepped closer. The veil rippled, and suddenly I could see through it. I saw America, my country, but not the way I'd left it. I saw darkness spreading over cities like ink in water. I saw people screaming at each other in streets, in homes, in churches. I saw families torn apart. I saw anger so thick it felt like smoke. I saw fear, so much fear. People were afraid of their neighbors, afraid of their government, afraid of each other. I saw violence, not just physical, emotional, spiritual, people attacking each other with words like weapons. I saw lies spread faster than truth. I saw confusion everywhere. No one knew what to believe anymore. No one knew who to trust. I saw churches, but they were empty, not physically. There were people in the pews, but they were empty inside, going through motions, singing songs without meaning them, praying prayers without believing them. I saw pastors who cared more about being liked than being truthful. I saw congregations divided over politics, over money, over power. I saw families sitting at dinner tables in silence, parents and children who couldn't talk to each other anymore, husbands and wives who'd forgotten how to forgive. I saw loneliness like a plague, people surrounded by others but completely alone. And then I saw something worse. I saw darkness creeping into hearts, not just anger or fear, something deeper, something that looked like hatred but felt like despair. I saw people giving up on hope, on love, on each other. I saw them turn inward, building walls around their hearts brick by brick. I saw them believe the lie that they were beyond saving. I couldn't watch anymore. I turned away from the veil, tears streaming down my face. "Why are you showing me this?" I asked. My voice was shaking. Jesus was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Because it doesn't have to be this way." He waved his hand and the veil changed. The darkness was still there, but now I saw something else. I saw lights, small ones at first, like candles in the dark. But they were growing. "What are those?" I asked. "People who choose love," he said. "People who choose to forgive. People who choose to stand firm when everything around them is shaking. People who choose me." I watched the lights spread, slowly, but steadily. I saw someone stop in the middle of an argument and choose kindness instead of being right. I saw a mother forgive her son for words he'd said in anger. I saw a pastor step down from his pulpit and admit he'd been wrong. I saw neighbors who disagreed about everything sitting on a porch together, just listening. I saw prayers, real ones, desperate ones, people on their knees begging God for help, not for comfort, not for ease, but for strength, for wisdom, for the ability to love when love felt impossible. And every time someone prayed like that, the darkness pulled back, just a little, but enough. "This is the future that's possible," Jesus said, "but it requires something from my people." "What?" I asked. He turned to me. His eyes were intense now, not angry, but urgent. "It requires them to wake up." He started walking again. I followed. We came to another place, and this time the veil showed me something different. I saw myself. But not now, future me. I was older. Maybe 55 or 60. I was standing in front of a classroom, but it wasn't my high school. It was smaller, more intimate. I was teaching, but not history. I was teaching people about prayer, about faith, about what I'd seen here. "Is that real?" I asked. "Is that really going to happen?" "It can," Jesus said, "if you choose it." "What do you mean?" "Elena, you've spent your life teaching children about the past. That's good. That's important. But now I'm asking you to teach people about eternity, about what's coming, about the choice they have to make." I felt my stomach drop. "I don't know how to do that." "You didn't know how to teach history at first either," he said gently, "but you learned. You'll learn this too." "But what if people don't believe me? What if they think I'm crazy?" He smiled, not mocking, compassionate. "Some will, but some won't. And the ones who need to hear it will find you. Trust me." He showed me more. He showed me the spiritual battle happening around us every day. I saw angels and demons fighting over souls, not with swords, with truth and lies. Every time someone chose bitterness, the darkness grew stronger. Every time someone chose forgiveness, the light pushed back. I saw how much my prayers mattered, even the small ones, even the ones I thought were pointless. I saw them like threads of light weaving through the darkness, holding things together. I saw moments where I almost prayed but didn't, and I watched darkness rush into those gaps. It made me want to weep. "Why didn't you tell me this before?" I asked. "Why didn't you make it clear how important it all was?" "I did," he said quietly. "Through my word, through my spirit, through the small voice in your heart that you've been ignoring. Elena, I've been calling you for years. You've just been too busy to listen." That hit me like a punch, because it was true. I thought about all the times I felt that tug to pray longer, to read my Bible instead of scrolling my phone, to reach out to someone who was hurting. and I'd brushed it off. Too tired, too busy, too comfortable. I'm sorry, I whispered again. I know, he said, but sorry isn't enough anymore. Now I need you to act. He took my hand. His grip was firm. America is at a crossroads, he said. The darkness you saw is real. It's coming. Some of it is already here. But it's not inevitable. My people have the power to push it back. If they wake up, if they pray, if they love like I taught them to love. What do you want me to do? Go back, he said. Tell them what you saw. Tell them there's still time. Tell them I haven't abandoned them, but they need to stop abandoning me. Tell them to turn off the noise and listen. Tell them to put down their phones and pick up their Bibles. Tell them to forgive, to love their enemies, to stop being afraid. That's a lot, I said. My voice was small. It is, he agreed, but you won't be alone. I'll be with you, every step. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay there with him forever. The peace I felt was deeper than anything I'd ever experienced. No pain, no worry, no fear, just love. Pure, overwhelming, unconditional love. Please, I said, can't I just stay? I'm so tired. He cupped my face in his hands. I know you are, but your son still needs to see what faith looks like. Your daughter still needs to learn how to forgive. Your husband still needs to know he's not alone. And there are people you haven't even met yet who need to hear your story. Tears filled my eyes. I don't want to go back. I know, he said softly. But I'm asking you to trust me. This isn't the end, Elena. This is the beginning. He pulled me into a hug. It was the safest I'd ever felt, the most loved, the most seen. I wanted to freeze that moment forever. Remember, he whispered in my ear, I'm always with you, even when you can't feel me, even when it's hard. I'm there. And then he stepped back. It's time. The light got brighter, so bright I had to close my eyes. I felt myself being pulled backward, like a string was tied around my chest and someone was yanking it. I tried to hold on, but there was nothing to grab. I was falling, spinning, the warmth was fading, the peace was slipping away. No, I thought, not yet, please not yet. But it was too late. I gasped. My chest exploded with pain. Someone was yelling, bright lights, beeping machines, hands on my arms, my face, a voice saying, she's back, she's back. I tried to open my eyes, but they felt so heavy. Everything hurt, my ribs, my throat, my head. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't catch my breath. Someone put an oxygen mask over my face. Elena, can you hear me? A man's voice. Urgent. Professional. I managed to nod. Barely. You're in an ambulance. You had a cardiac arrest. We had to shock you 3 times. You were gone for almost 11 minutes, but you're okay now. You're going to be okay. 11 minutes. I'd been with Jesus for what felt like hours, maybe days, but it was only 11 minutes. I closed my eyes. Tears leaked out the sides. I wanted to go back. I wanted to feel that peace again, but I could still hear his voice in my head. Tell them. I spent 4 days in the hospital. The doctors couldn't explain it. They said my heart had stopped completely. No rhythm, no pulse. They said I should have brain damage, but I didn't. Every test came back normal. Better than normal, actually. One doctor called it a miracle. He didn't know how right he was. Mark stayed with me the whole time. He held my hand and cried and kept saying, I thought I lost you. My kids came. My son skipped his midterms. My daughter brought me a bracelet she made with little beads that spelled out Mom. I held it and cried. But I didn't tell them what I'd seen. Not yet. I didn't know how. It took me weeks to find the words. I started journaling, writing everything down. The veil, the darkness, the lights, Jesus' face, his voice, the way he said my name. And slowly I started telling people. First my family, then some friends from church, then strangers. Some believed me, some didn't, but I kept talking, because he told me to. And because I can't forget what I saw.